So we're here right now in Video is the Future Space. This is Michael.
Hi everybody.
This is your brainchild. This is your whole creation. You started this. Tell us a little bit about this space that we're in right now.
Yeah, so this is a indie film production studio called Video is the Future. It's located off of Martin Luther King and Thompson in inner northeast Portland. It's been around for about 2 years, and there's a couple things here. It's a production space that has like an office, a lobby, and a studio space for people to film in. We produce our own things, our own shorts, and different sort of photo shoots and other sorts of media content. And we also have community events. So we have networking events, we're having a fundraising forum, we're having classes for lighting, we're having special effects networking nights. So it's a community, a place to shoot your films, and a place for us to shoot our films.
Yeah. Really great space to check out if you're in the area, or if, I guess a good reason to come into the area if you're from out of state or out of town or anything like that. Why don't you take us around the studio? Where are we right here? Is this the lobby?
Yeah, so we got 3 spaces right now, but we're expanding again real soon. So right now we're here in the lobby. One of the big things about the space is that we're always trying to make it so that it's functional, but also a set. So if you can see, like, from a big kind of like wide perspective, this could be like a restaurant or a bar or a cafe. So you could have like a scene where you can shoot like a date night where 2 people are, sitting right here, and there's like some extras in the background. This could be a coffee date or a bar if you put candles in the middle. So in case you didn't want to go to a real bar or a real cafe, you could shoot here really easily. And then if you want to come over here, this window opens, and so you can have a waiter or waitress like behind there, or like a cook behind there. So this could look like maybe like a little bit of a diner. You can have like someone come around that corner. So it kind of have like a bohemian coffee shop or bar feel. But then this area over here, also a part of our lobby, that could be like a therapist office or a doctor's office, but it's also a place for actors and crew people to wait or have lunch or their break while we're shooting in the main space. Yeah. Let's go over the main space.
Now, when you set design, when you dress the set, is the studio here, do you all provide that set dressing, or do the filmmakers who rent out the space, do they bring some of that, or is it a mix of both?
It's probably a mix of both. We have some props here. When we walk back out, I can show you some more. We have some props to make it look like a little bit like a cafe, or a little bit like a reception office or a reception window, or a therapist office or things like that. But most of the time it's kind of like a little generic, like it has the key pieces there so that people can do it a little bit more the way they want. This space though that we're in is the biggest space of the studio. So this is actually the studio room. So this is about 800 square feet, and really it's just a big black box. There's a lot of stuff in it right now. We're showing off different set walls that we recently had commissioned for a video game inspired horror movie. We also have some chairs out so we can talk a little bit later. But this is a big playground. This is a space where you can build your own sets. We have flats to build like a living room. You can also drive a car into the space because we have 2 roll-up garage doors, which makes it really easy to load gear in and out, and you can drive a car into the space, put green screen around it, shoot it like it's driving. And that's really convenient because then you don't have to be out on the road. You have easy access to bathrooms, heating. You can have lunch delivered here. And we have a bunch of photo rolls. We have a bunch of gear that people can rent. We kind of have greatest hits of like a hazer, Steadicam, Easy Rig, lights, stands. A lot of that's available for rent. Some of it is complimentary when you rent the studio space. But otherwise, this is the main space that people rent. This is where most people have their production. What usually works out best is when people have a big production and this is 1 or 2 scenes that they couldn't build or get elsewhere, or this idea is kind of like someone in a black void. This space lends itself really well to that. Or shooting a music video, that's also really convenient in here. So usually 1 or 2 scenes in a bigger project, or we've also had people rent the space for maybe like 7 to 10 days and they shoot, or they totally set deck this to look like one thing and they shoot here for like a whole week.
Wow, wow. How many projects do you think you all have hosted in this space total? It might be hard to
really good
keep track
question.
of.
Man, it's really hard to know because between photo shoots and short films and feature films, we probably had maybe like 3 to 4 feature films, maybe 2 to 3 kind of like pilots or 30-minute long sort of things. We've had maybe 5 to 10 short films, and then there's probably too many photo shoots to count. And maybe like 5 to 6 music videos. So the space has been open for almost 2 years. It's been about 1.5 years so far. And yeah, we're getting booked maybe like once a week, so maybe 4 rentals a week. But even today, it was like, oh, we have 2 things going on today, and we have like 3 things going on for the rest of the week. So it's really picking up. And yeah, it's hard to keep track of, but there's short films, feature films, music videos, lots of photo shoots, stuff that we're hosting, stuff that people are bringing to the space. Yeah, it's really dynamic, and there's a lot of community involvement.
Do you mind if we go back out here?
Yeah, let's go back out.
One thing I really like about the space, which people who follow our channel know, Ethan and I, we love vintage technology.
Oh, yeah.
And this place is decorated with like old TVs and like these old cabinets, which I really love. Where did you find this? Was this all just thrifting?
Yeah, a lot of this was thrifting. So this is, trying to think about exactly. Okay, so this Allison found at a thrift store, and that just fits right in. This I got from eBay, because you can't have enough VCR players. They're actually, I feel like they're kind of getting a little rare. Yep. So we have a VCR. You can check out our VHS library over there. This came from Yakult. There's a friendly bar owner up there that donated this to us. And this was for a 70s themed inspired photo shoot that we did for the Jane dispensary that's actually right next door. This was sourced for us by High Priest Mess. She's a really great set designer and just kind of a art design person.
Yeah, great. And if you check out get a close-up of their, I don't know, business cards or
these
what would you call this? Stickers. Oh my gosh.
They're like a sticker business card. I don't know if I coined the idea. I'm sure I didn't. But like a business portmanteau that. Someone figure out how to portmanteau sticker and business card.
It's perfect. I love it. They have wonderful stickers and business cards here as well.
Let me show you all this one. I love this one. A friend designed this one. I love the fake VHS tape. This like dolphin coming out of a TV. Super cool. Video Future. Check us out on Instagram. Video is the future on Instagram and Video Future on Facebook.
Oh yeah, And here's that famous VHS collection, which
there's still more to check out.
Again,
so we have like a small library. Part of it is that books are just good props. So we have books that are on movies. We have books that are just books, that are good for being in the scene. And we also have a bunch of VHS tapes. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, we have masks for rent too. So we have like high quality silicone masks. So we're gonna do a thing where a guy gets chased around by a minotaur in a haunted arcade machine. That's what those walls were in the main space, what those were for. We're also doing a noir that's gonna have a devil bartender, and instead of it just being like a guy acting creepy, he's actually gonna look like the devil. Yeah. So this is always expanding. There's always fun, new stuff being added here. If you have old VHS tapes, please, drop them off. I would also love to host a VHS swap meet here. I think that'd be really fun. And so let's check out the final space.
The fun never stops.
Yeah, it never stops.
I mean, look at like the first thing you see when you come in is this big old refrigerator.
Yeah, so we kind of have like a retro 50s style green room over here. So we have hot water, microwave, toaster, refrigerator. This blue backdrop's also good for photo shoots. We can take it down and put it in the main room, or you can do it over here too. Always have coffee ready. There's always coffee available at the space. But yeah, the room that we're in right now is our office, and just like I said for the lobby, multifaceted. So it's both functional for me and Allison, the studio manager, to work in, so it's both our office, but it's also decorated to look like a small-time detective agency or a police station. So we have props for rent, like these banker lamps, the typewriter, the file cabinets are there with the old-timey phone, the kind of like police, plaque, old paintings, fans, rotary phone. A lot of this is going to look soon like a small detective agency, but eventually we're going to swap out a few of these things. to make it look like a small town or Twin Peaks, like deer on the mounted on the wall kind of sheriff's office. And I think that would be really good because it's really hard to get access to a police station, and hopefully this will look like a permanent police station set. Now, people have also used this as a guidance counselor or school principal's office. So it also works for office. I guess it could also kind of be a couple other, like this could be like an accounting office, or it could be some sort of office, but the idea is that it's both a place where me and Allison work and also a place for you to shoot a movie with this location.
Exactly, and lots of costumes.
We have a
I
costume library, so we have police uniforms, we have waitress uniforms, we have a wizard outfit, we got an Elvis outfit. There's a lot of clothes for men and women. There's a lot of shirts that can get bloodied, so you don't have to worry about wasting one of your own shirts. And yeah, so there's a lot of props kind of in this area. And then if you come a little bit over this way, very complimentary, we have a makeup area. And so the makeup area, you know, I don't know, I didn't think this was going to be that big of a hit. I knew it was going to be important, but we have a makeup area so that makeup artists don't just put their stuff on the floor, or they don't have to be shoved into the bathroom. They don't have to be in the hallway. This is there's always going to be a dedicated place for people to do special effects. There's always going to be a dedicated section with water next to it to do special effects and make it look good. So you don't, you know, it just feels better when people have their own station. So that's another thing. It's always about like having stations. So it's like the makeup person's working here, costume person's working there, different admin people are working over here, gaffers, sound people are in the main room, different people are in the lobby. So there's always room to kind of like work in a collaborative environment here. And so, yeah, so we got a bunch of cool props. We got the lights. We got the old-timey paintings, rotary phone. I think this would be really cool in the future if we swapped out all these little tags in here that say like bills and receipts, whatever, right? But if they turned into like backer names for like Kickstarter stuff, or they were like funny sayings, old-timey jukebox, American flag. It's going to be great for our detective agency and our police station. And me and Allison are always coming up with new ideas, new tasks. We have this kind of like crazy system where we come up with new ideas. Y'all should join it someday. Where we have like different, I call this like the matrix or the factory. So we come up with like different genres, directors, phrases, eras, and styles, or movies and TV shows. And it's like, oh, it's like movie A plus movie B. And then you can kind of pick what you want to have your idea start from. Like, oh, it's a horror, David Lynch, teen, mockumentary. And it's like act 1, 2, and 3. And then we kind of like storyboard it out. So you know, it's like a place where we're always coming up with new projects. There's a place where we're coming up with old we're working on the projects we have. We're completing stuff. I would love for different views and different people to come by the space and kind of like get feedback on like why this idea or this idea isn't working. Having writers' rooms or writers' meetups. Yeah, so this is kind of like where brainstorming and like coming up with ideas happens, in addition to editing and like working on stuff and emails.
Oh yeah, this is, I mean, hopefully it comes across in the video, it's creatively stimulating to be in here.
Oh yeah.
And I think if any filmmaker walks in, I mean, I think what filmmakers do in general is when they go to a new place and they like it, they're like, how do I get a movie made in here? And that's what every corner of this little studio is feeling like, how can I use that studio over there? How do I use that lobby out there? How do I use this office in here?
Yeah.
And it's an exciting place, and it's cool to see that it's done both for production, both for like makeup over there or for your guys' offices, but also just as sets as well. It's really, really fun, really cool to be in here. Thank you for letting us take a tour.
We actually have an expansion coming up. Probably in about 2 months, we'll be ready to announce that we're taking over another room in this building that's about the same size as this room. So about the same size. And in that room, we're going to put a lot of the gear and the costumes that you saw in those other 2 rooms in there, so we can have a little bit more space in both. But also, we're hoping to have a permanent hospital room scene in this other new space. So you can have a hospital bed. I'm hoping to get 2 hospital beds right next to each other, so that when you're tired shooting here, you can take a nap, and you can also film like after someone had a car accident or something. They're waking up in the hospital. The doctor comes in. Because that's what the space is all about. Things that are hard to get or it's not easy to get, like a small town police station or a hospital bed and hospital room. So those were a lot of requests that we had from the community, and we're listening to feedback to make sure that the space has this like low tier or low indie budget friendly filming environment.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting us take a tour. This was great. This was amazing to be in here. Is there anything you want to leave the viewers with, or any last final words?
Check out, I think the best way to stay connected is Instagram and Facebook. We also have a website, but Instagram is Video is the Future, so at Video's the Future. Facebook is Video Future, and the website is videoisthefuture.com. But definitely Instagram is probably the best way. We also have an email list if you want to get connected or you want to find out more about how to get involved and you don't see any opportunities at the moment. You can email Allison at which is studio@videoisthefuture.com. So those are probably the best ways to stay involved and connected. There's always more stuff coming on. This is still like an early growth period for the space. So there's a lot of ways to kind of get involved right now, and there's going to be even more stuff coming up in the future.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you for watching, everyone. If you didn't notice, Ethan and I are wearing some new Doomed Productions shirts. That's right, we have an official merch shop now. If you're interested in supporting us further, you can check out some awesome t-shirts, mugs, posters, sweatshirts down there. The link is in the description. Please check it out if you're interested in supporting us further. Thank you, everyone, for watching.